Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and for this one, gonna be reviewing one of my all-time favorite Disney films, and that is all-time favorite Disney animated films, and that is The Great Mouse Detective. And yeah, I gotta say, I love this movie. You know, it's one of, and it is one of my all-time favorite Disney animated films, and, because it's amazing, I love it. So of course with the movie, because, Basil of Baker Street, Dawes, because of course, as some of you would probably know, it is based off of books and such, a book of, a mouse and Basil Baker Street and such, so that's nice, and, yeah, and I gotta say, I feel like that this film was, because even after the Black Cauldron, it wasn't good or anything like that, but, it did grow a cult following such, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the Black Cauldron. It wasn't until I think The Great Mouse Detective, it saved Disney, and it also, it's kind of the early start of the Disney Renaissance, in my opinion. Just, I don't know. But yeah, so this film, because all the cast of characters like Basil of Baker Street, Dr. Dawson, and Professor Ratigan, and Fidget, and all the others, and the little girl and her father. Yeah, it's just really good. And of course, two of my all-time favorite characters in the film are, of course, Basil and Professor Ratigan. So yeah, I could do pretty good impressions of them. So yeah, so as we all know, because this is the mouse version and such of Sherlock Holmes, and it's really cool because it features we do get a bit of a cameo and such of Sherlock and Dr. Watson, and the voice of Sherlock is the actor named Basil, who played Sherlock in a couple of films and such, and actually that's archive footage and sound of him as the voice of Sherlock, which that's pretty cool. And it's funny because Basil of Baker Street, lives underneath where Sherlock lives, because of Baker Street. So yeah, and with Professor Ratigan, yeah, he is the rat, or as he calls himself, as he prefers himself as a mouse, as he likes to be called a mouse. He's the rat, and as he likes to call himself, the mouse version of Moriarty, of course. And Ratigan, he'd probably have to be my all-time favorite Disney animated villain, because this is Great Mouse Detective, my all-time favorite Disney animated film, and Professor Ratigan, my all-time favorite Disney animated villain. So yeah. So Ratigan, of course, Vincent Price. I mean, what can you say? It's Vincent Price, as Nostalgia Critic says it. Because even what's cool is that I read this, that they animated, like, with his facial expressions, like with Vincent Price's, like, Shakespearean and facials, like his facial expression such, and put that in of Ratigan, which you could kind of tell, I guess, and Ratigan, he's a cool villain and such, and I've learned this because because at the very end of the film, like, that's when he goes, like, literally insane and shows his true colors, how evil he is, his little sidekick, Fidget the Bat, yeah, pretty funny sidekick and such, just like, no problem, I took care of everything. I could do a good impression of Fidget. So him, the one-legged bat and such, the peg-legged bat, and also the toy maker, well, the father of that is, I forget his name already. I'm sure it'll pop up, hopefully, in this review, but he was voiced by Alan Young, as some people would know him as the voice of Scrooge McDuck. So yeah, it's really cool, and I think this was before he started doing Scrooge McDuck. I'm pretty sure, but And of course, some people would know Alan Young because he was from Mr. Ed and Wilbur, that is, the owner of the horse and such, of the talking horse, that is. Also, because some parts of it that are fun, like some in pretty cool parts, like the part with Basil, Dawson, and the little girl there in the toy shop and such, and Fidget is there, and of course, probably one of the best scenes of the film, and of course I agree, the clock tower, the Big Ben scene, with all the gears and such. And some people say, and it is one of the first few Disney films to use CG and such, specifically with the Big Ben scene, with the gears and such. But, actually, that is true, but there's a little bit of CG used in The Black Cauldron. Just a little bit, Technically, like, those were the first two films to use computer-generated stuff and such, in Disney animated films. Black Cauldron and Great Mouse Detective, so, and the music is good. It's done by the same composer who did the music for, I think it is, I'll have to go back and check, but did the music and such for Pink Panther, which that's really cool. Even I also read this, that this was one of the first films, this was the first Disney film that Frank Welker did for vocals and animal sounds and such. He would later on do others, especially, most notably, Lion King. So yeah, did the lion sounds, everything else, and of course, most well known for his roles and such as Abu, Raja, and the Cave of Wonders, and Aladdin. So yeah, which that's cool. So yeah, and Dr. Dawson, he's pretty good in this. Of course, Dawson is the mouse version of Watson, and it's funny because we first see Dawson, he's on the same carriage and such that Dr. Watson is on. So yeah, and just like with Basil, he's underneath. He lives underneath where Sherlock lives. So yeah. All the other characters, again, the little girl, the dog, the cat, Felicia, that is. Felicia, release him, those, all the other, and the mouse queen and such, all the others, they're all good and such. And, everything about this film is just amazing, I love it. It is one of my all-time favorite Disney animated films. And I give this film 10 out of 10 stars. Of course, and since this is my all-time favorite Disney animated film. So, 10 out of 10 stars for The Great Mouse Detective. It's a really good Disney animated film. And if any of you haven't seen it, you should definitely give it a watch. And for those of you that have seen it, let me know what you think of it. If you enjoy this, if it's in your top favorite Disney films and such, for me, it's my number one. It's my number one. So, anyways, with all that said, again, 10 out of 10 stars for The Great Mouse Detective. It is, again, it's one of my all-time favorite Disney animated films. And yeah, so anyways, guys, with all that said, hope you enjoyed this review video. More review videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review video. Take care, and peace out.